Hi everyone, welcome to rachelpichleryoga. If we haven't met before, my name is Rachel. Today we're doing a nice short and sweet practice. We're going to focus on our wrists and our forearms. So find a little bit of space to move and let's get started. So let's begin today in just a nice comfy seat, and you can take your palms to face forward and spread your fingertips wide. And just bring them down to your mat if you can. And just get a nice stretch through your fingers. Send your thumbs out to the side. Maybe a very gentle pulse. With those palms going forward just a little bit more. Feels good on the fingers. For just another moment. A little added bonus into our wrists and forearm stretches today. The lovely fingers. And then just start to let that go. You can bring your hands back up, maybe wiggle them around a little bit. I love that stretch. You can take one of your hands, a palm again, turning to face forwards, but lift it up this time. Take your other hand, rest it on your palm, and then encourage some length into your arm, your fingers to point down towards the ground. You can have a bend through your elbow, or maybe your arm is fairly straight, but you're just kind of encouraging your fingers down. I'll stretch through the wrist, the forearm. And then we'll just be switching sides, so you can slowly let that go. Bring your other palm forward. Encourage those fingers to point down. Let your shoulders fall from your ears. Nice job, you guys. Letting that go. If you really felt that, take a couple wrist circles, even a little wrist massage. You can start to reach both of your arms back out. Your thumbs can point down. Cross your right hand over the left. Interlace your fingers. Squeeze those palms together. Maybe you're going to stay here, or let your hands fall down towards your belly button. And then maybe pop up by your chin. Keep the grip a little snug here, interlacing the fingers. Let your shoulders fall from your ears. Hopefully you can feel some love through that right forearm and that right wrist. You can encourage your hands a little further from your chin if you've got some space there. But just breathe. Nicely done, you guys. If your hands are up by your chin, slowly let them come down and release. Feel free to take a nice massage wrist circle if you'd like before you switch. Arms out, thumbs down, left over top this time. Interlace those fingers nice and snug. Stay here. Drop your hands. Maybe pull them up to the chin. Maybe re-grip if your hands kind of loosen up. Just enjoy what you feel through the forearm, through the wrist. Be gentle. Just breathe. And just finding your way back the way you came. So that you can let your hands go. You can take a little wrist massage, forearm massage again, before we make our way onto our hands and knees. So you can come over into tabletop. Let's start with our fingers pointing forwards, but spread your fingers nice and wide. Bringing your wrists right under your shoulders to start. And then we're just going to see what happens as we shift our shoulders forwards. Maybe past the wrist towards the fingertips. Maybe past the fingertips. You might even scooch your knees closer to your hands. Keep your palms connected and just see how far the shoulders, with just a very little effort, see how far past the fingertips or the wrist that they want to go. Be gentle. You can slowly start to shift your weight back so your shoulders end up over top of your wrists again. Scoot your knees back as well so you're balanced in your tabletop. And then take your left hand, turn your fingers to point out to the side. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Our right hand's just going to stay here for support. We're just going to do the same thing, shifting our shoulder over towards the left side. And so our wrist is rotated here, so I want you to be very gentle. You're probably not going to go as far as you did when our fingers were pointing forwards. Just a little shift of the weight to the left. Keeping the palm connected to your mat. And then very slowly shift back. Bring those left fingertips to face forwards. The right hand can move now. Spread your fingers wide. Start with your wrist under your shoulder. And maybe you don't even move. See if the shoulder wants to kind of fall out towards the fingertips. And then slowly coming back. Nice, you guys. Bring your right fingertips to face forwards for a second. You could even take all of the weight out of your hands for a moment. We're going to try to move our hands one more time, unless you'd rather do fingers forward or out to the side one more time. We're going to do one hand at a time though. So if you want your fingertips to point forwards to the side or towards your knee, you can do that. Spread your fingers wide again, wherever you're going. Connect your palm to your mat. Let's do one hand at a time. So maybe the left one if you haven't decided yet. But it really doesn't matter. Whatever direction your fingers are pointing, your shoulder may move that way. So if your fingers are pointing towards your knees, you might gently shift the weight back, keeping your palm connected. And then very slowly coming back. Take the weight out of that hand. Maybe you need to do some wrist circles. And you can plant your hand again when you're ready and switch sides. Point your fingertips in whatever direction, forwards, out to the side, or towards your knee. Spread your fingertips wide, connect your palm to your mat, and maybe move the shoulder in the direction of the fingertips. Slowly. Nice work, you guys. Slowly, slowly. Shift your shoulder back over your wrist. Take the weight out of your hand, maybe all the way out of both hands. A couple wrist circles, little gentle wrist massage if you'd like. We're just going to take a counter stretch. So we're going to rest on the top of our hands with our palms facing up. You can do both hands at the same time, or you can do one hand at a time. Maybe spread your fingertips wide again. Put just a little bit of weight into the wrists. You don't have to put too much weight into the wrists. You can take most of it into your knees or your legs. So you might even move your feet, your knees together. Maybe even sit back on your heels. Switching sides. If you're doing one hand at a time, I almost forgot to tell you to switch sides. If you've been doing both this whole time, you could stay. Or if you're ready to come off of your hands, maybe come off. Take just a couple wrist circles, wrist massage. Awesome, you guys. So when you're ready, come onto your knees again. Let's bring our forearm down, one arm. Forearm down, make a nice tight fist and hold your fist with your other hand. And then rest the top of your hand on your mat or the ground. Keep your fist nice and tight. And then you can start to lift your elbow. You can lift your forearm up. Keep your fist nice and tight and see how that forearm feels. And then slowly starting to bend your elbow again. Let your forearm come down. Let your hands go and switch sides. Bring your other forearm down. Make your fist, grab your fist, rest on the top of your hands, and then you can start to lift your elbow, your forearm up, keeping your fist nice and tight. And find that sweet spot. A little encouragement of the top of the hand into the mat, the fist nice and tight, and then straightening the arm. Hopefully you can find some love there through the top of your forearm or somewhere else in the forearm and wrist region. Nice job, you guys. Slowly bring your forearm back down. Let your fist go, your hands go. Give those fingers a nice wiggle around. Find a comfy seat again. Take a couple wrist circles or forearm massage. Nice job. You can turn your palms to face forward. Almost done here. Now this has been a lot. Fingers wide, fingertips down. And just lengthen those fingers one more time. Send your thumbs out.
Playing from Rachel's S22.
Send your thumbs out. Nice work, you guys. You can take all the weight out of your hands. Oh my goodness. How do your wrists, how do your forearms feel? Your fingers, your palms. Hopefully good. It was short. It was sweet. That is all that I have for you today. So enjoy the rest of your day. And until next time, namaste.